What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, kicking it back to some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content. Finally, today we are here with a brand new deck profile, and I'm pretty excited. I'm going to have some more things coming, some more things flowing. Took a bit of a break from Master Duel, but we're back. Today, I got one of my favorite archetypes that's actually finally out in full fashion. We got Cyberdark. I really like this archetype. Can't even tell you why. I just do. I just really like this deck. It's a lot of fun, and thanks to the brand new structure deck, we got a lot of support for this deck, and it's actually very, very, very good. Especially with the way that I have it set up. I'm very excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. You know what to do if you like the Master Duel content. Top left, bottom right. Let's get started. Now you may be asking, this isn't a Cyberdark. What is this card doing here? We got Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. So the whole purpose of this card is while this card is equipped to a monster, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from their extra deck. And we're just going to cut right to the chase. We got Union Carrier. So with Union Carrier, you can target one face-up monster you control, equip one monster to it from your hand or deck with the same original type or attribute. Gains 1,000 attack. If you equipped it from the deck, you cannot special summon monsters with that equipped card's name for the rest of the turn. That doesn't matter. So we get out our big baddie, we get out Union Carrier. We use Union Carrier to target our big baddie to bring out this little dude because it's the same attribute. They cannot special summon monsters from their extra deck unless they get rid of him as an equipped spell. Disgusting combo. It's so strong. I'm going to try my best to kind of like skim through the cards rather than giving their full effects and details. Just to avoid making this too long and to get you guys through these deck profiles just a little bit quicker. Next up, we got Cyber Dragon Hairs. So it becomes Cyber Dragon while it's out in the field. You can only use one of its following effects once per turn, and only once. So if this card is special summon, you can make this card become level 5. That doesn't matter. We don't use it for that. We use it for if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one other Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard, add it to your hand. Helps fill out plays, helps gets us going because we have some other Cyber Dragons, baby. So Cyber Dragon, Noster. You can discard one other monster to special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can target one machine monster with 2100 attack or defense and special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except for machine monsters, which is this entire deck. It just helps get our plays moving and flowing, baby. Next up, we got Cyber Dragon Core. Nice and simple. You normal summon this bad boy to add a cyber spell or trap, any cyber spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon one Cyber Dragon from your deck. Nice card. Nice card. It helps get our field up if we need it, and it's a search engine. We played at a 3. One Ash Blossom. Don't even need to talk about it. One of the main meats of the deck, Cyberdark Cannon. So if it's sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can draw a card, blah, 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 whatever. That part's not the more important part. What we want is its first effect. You can discard this card, add one machine Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand. This fills our plays. It gets a Cyberdark into the graveyard and allows us to draw into a new Cyberdark. During damage calculation, you're never going to use these. You are never going to use these parts. Except for your big baddie, but I promise you, when you get that big baddie out in the field, it's not going to last long enough. But during damage calculation of a monster equipped with this card battles, you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Helps fill out plays just in case you need it. But I found that this deck is pretty consistent without that. Next up, we play 3 Cyberdark Claw. If this card is equipped, sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can target one Cyberdark monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use the following effects once per turn. You can discard this card, add a Cyberdark spell or trap. During damage calculation of a monster, so-and-so. They all have these same effects. Like Claw and Cannon, they both have the same effect where you can just send monsters away. But this one allows them to send a monster from the extra deck, a.k.a. your Cyber End Dragon. And we'll get into that. We'll get into that when we get to the extra deck. I then play one attachment Cyburn. So you can target one dragon or machine cyber monster you control, equip this card from your hand or field to it. While this card is an equipped card, the equipped monster gains 600 attack. If the card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can target one other dragon or machine cyber monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Great for filling fields, great for getting your plays up. We then play one of Horn, Edge, and Keel. Truth be told, you can use these if you need them, but most of the time you're just sending them to the graveyard to add more Cyberdarks into the graveyard. They all each have nice effects because when you place them, you can target a level 3, which is everything else besides this guy here. They're all level 3s, and equipment to them to gain your effects and everything. So if you need to rely on that strategy, you can. It's there. But Horn, Edge, and Keel. Next up, we play Cyberdark Camaro. Now, this allows us to discard a spell or trap to get Power Bond from our deck to your hand. You can only use Dragon or Machine Cyber Monsters as fusion material this turn, and when you fusion summon this turn, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard as material. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can send one Cyberdark monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different name from the cards in your graveyard to help fill out your plays. Next up, we play one Cyber Dragon. We all know how it is. Just one, just to get our plays going and everything, and it's a nice 2100 beat stick just in case we need to get it out on the field. Next up, I play two Ogdaria, the Mystery Dust Kaiju. Not going to explain its effect, only just because, like, it's Kaiju. I've realized the importance of a Kaiju, especially in this deck. If we need to pop out, like, a King of All Calamities, we need to pop out a Rongo, we need to pop out something really pesky on the field, we got a Kaiju in our hand to back it up. Next up, we play two Power Bond. So you can fusion summon one machine fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field or graveyard with Chimera's effect as fusion material, and it gains attack equal to its original attack. During the end phase, you take damage equal to the amount of attack gained from this effect. That's fine, but it helps beef up your big dumb plays. It's your go-to. It's our go-to fusion in this deck, especially because we have specific ways to search it out. One Overload Fusion, you can fusion summon one Dark Machine fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your field or graveyard. Perfect, another perfect backup just in case we don't have Power Bond. Great, perfect backup. Next up, we play Cyber Emergency. You can add one Light Machine monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, or one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. It's every Cyber Dragon we have in the deck. If the activation of this card in its owner's possession was negated by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you could discard one card, add this card to your hand. It's a nice card. It's a really nice card. Cyber Dragon players know this card all too well. You should be playing this in your Cyberdark deck at a 3. Next up, one Cyber Repair Plant. If Cyber Dragon is in your graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. If you have 3 or more Cyber Dragon in your graveyard, at this card's activation, you can activate both effects and resolve in sequence. You can only activate one Cyber Repair Plant per turn. Add one Light Machine monster from your deck to your hand. Target one Light Machine monster in your graveyard. Shuffle that target in your deck. It just helps get some cards into our hand that we possibly need. Play it at a 1. One Lightning Storm. Don't need to explain it. It's a staple card. 3 Cybernetic Horizon. This always counts as a Cyberdark card, so you could search for it. So this card's a little tricky. So you're gonna send 2 Dragon or Machine Cyber monsters with different attributes to the graveyard. 1 each from your hand and deck. Add 1 Dragon or Machine Cyber monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, send 1 Machine Cyber Fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 Cybernetic Horizon per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn that you activate this card except Machine monsters, which is everything we play. So, essentially, what this means is it allows you to ditch 2 cards, get 1 card to your hand, and then ditch a Fusion monster, which is going to be this card 90% of the time, to your extra deck. Very strong. It sets up our plays. It sets up everything. Everything in this deck just links into each other. Next up, we play 3 Cyberdark Realm. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. Helps fill out your plays. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 Cyberdark monster. You can only use the previous effect of Cyberdark Realm once per turn. If you equip a monster from your graveyard by the effect of a Cyberdark monster that activated when it was normal summon or special summon, you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead, and you can only activate this once per turn. It's a solid card. It just helps fill our plays, and hey, you could get cheeky and take something from your opponent's graveyard if you really want to. Next, 2 Called by the Grave, staple card. 1 Cyber Eternal. Target 1 Machine Cyber Fusion monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, or special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. If a Machine Cyber Monster Fusion monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Good protection. Good backup fusion if we need it. If we need to get like out Cyber End Dragon and all that jazz. Nice card. Play it at a 1, take it in 1. And finally, Cyberdark Invasion. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Target one Cyberdark effect monster you control. Equip one dragon or machine monster from either graveyard to it as an equip spell, and give that monster 1,000 attack. Send one equip card you control. Send one equip card you control equipped to a machine monster to the graveyard. Destroy one card your opponent controls. I play this card at a 2. I don't really use it all that often, but it's nice when I do. I do like playing this, and it fills out the archetype, you know? Now on to the extra deck. The extra deck's going to be nice and simple, as a lot of this stuff we're just kind of going to gloss over. Mostly because these were going to be... You're aiming to summon Cyber Darkness Dragon and Cyber Dark End Dragon. The other cards are just kind of here just in case these are something that you need to go into. Maybe you didn't get all your stuff for your plays. Maybe your shit got stopped. Who knows? But these cards are here just for backup. We play 2 Cyber Twin Dragon. We play 2 Cyber Dark Dragon, the original monster. This card gains attack to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. Gains 100 attack for each monster in your graveyard. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy that equipped monster instead. It's a nice backup. Can't go wrong with it. Cyber End Dragon. You're never going to get this onto the field unless you use something like this. Or, you know, you could summon it by other means, you know, with your other Cyber Dragons. But most of the time, you're not going to have this on the field. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Solid card. I don't know why it's at EUR, to be honest, but, you know. Now, Cyber Darkness Dragon. You need 5 Cyber Dark effect monsters, must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summon, you can equip one dragon or machine monster from your graveyard to this card. Gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped with this effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send one equipped card that you control to the graveyard and negate the activation. That doesn't matter, because you're going to summon this out to the field, grab Cyber End Dragon from your graveyard so you can get out your big baddie of the deck. Cyber Dark End Dragon. So you need Cyber Dark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing one level 10 or lower Cyber Dark fusion monster equipped with Cyber End Dragon. Unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, you can equip one monster from either graveyard to this card. This card can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of equipped cards to it. This is your be all end all. This card, you get this thing out into the field, 90% of the time, you're gonna win. 90% of the time, you're gonna win. Mostly because if you combo it with Dragon Buster Destroyer, even if they somehow survive the turn that you get this card out, thanks to Union Carrier, you're gonna win. And then Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Don't even need to explain this card, but he's here to help us get Power Bond and Overload Fusion, just in case we need it. So that's the deck, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a minute since I've done a deck list, so apologies. I'm a little rusty when it comes to these, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck. The next time that we hop into some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content, we will be taking this deck into Ranked, or possibly the Fusion Festival, which, by the way, if you're playing this deck for the Fusion Festival, just take out these 2 Link cards and Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, and just add an additional card. That's all you need to do, really. You can add an additional card of Camaro, probably, to fill out the Buster Sword, or just take it out and play 40 if you want, and then just take out the two links and just add everything else. You know, it's really easy to just turn this into your Fusion Festival deck. So let me know what you guys think of the deck down below. If this is something that you guys want to play, if this is a deck that you're interested in building, it's really cheap right now. I really highly recommend it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. See you.